Well, here I am, Angelo Lambropoulos, Director of Lambros Realty, and here I am for the final Cherrybrook property market update for the year of 2022. What a year it's been. I thought I'd change things up. Obviously, you can see I've got the nice Christmas background here in Zoom. Thought I'd get into the Christmas spirit. So, yeah, wishing you a lovely Christmas as well before I get into the data and stats. But we'll get straight into it, shall we? So for the month of November 2022, there's been 13 registered home sales. Again, just to reiterate, they're 4 bedroom plus. Now, the median amongst those has been 2.1 million. The highest sale recorded was 2.73 million, and the average days on market is sitting at 21. Now, if we compare this to November 2021, there were 13 registered home sales, median of 2,290,000. Highest sale recorded there was 2.7 million, so similar to what we've sort of got this year, and the average days on market sitting at 19. So just to summarize the data there, the sales volumes are up by 3 in comparison to the previous month, so the data recorded in October 2022, and as I touched on before, identical to November 2021. Now, the median price among the sales in comparison to October 2022, it's up 1.65%, and it's down 9% from this time last year, being November 2021. The average days on market, as I touched on, currently sits at 21 days compared to the 35 days which it was sitting at in October 2022. So as you can see, days on market have significantly dropped there as well. And just to give you a 12-month snapshot, so the data I've sourced here from Price Finder, going from October 2021 to September 2022, based on 164 registered sales, the median sale price sits at 2.19 million, which is a total, if you're looking at that year span there, 18.5% price growth, which is up 0.3% from when I recorded this the previous month. Now, when we look at the auction results, there were 4 registered auctions for the month of November 2022. 2 had sold at auction, none had sold prior, and 2 had passed in or withdrawn or either sold afterwards, which gives us an auction clearance rate of 50%. So admittedly, to my knowledge, that's the best clearance rate we've absolutely had in the past 6 months, and I dare say it's probably the best auction clearance rate we've had for the year. So just that information there. So general observation, there's currently 31 homes publicly listed for sale. Again, just to reiterate, they are 4-bedroom homes. There are more if when you're looking at townhouses, duplexes and whatnot. But just to keep this data as consistent as possible, I sort of restrict it to 4-bedroom plus homes. That is the I guess the dominant makeup of the suburb here at Cherrybrook. Date of this recording is Friday the Friday the 2nd of December, my apologies. And we're currently sitting, so when I recorded the video last month, we're sitting at 8 homes more than what we had the previous month. So when we look at the rental market, the median rental price is currently in the suburb sitting at $750 per week. Keeping in mind that a lot of granny flats are going to keep that average down. Market is still very hot. If you've got a well-presented 4-bedroom plus property, you're easily, without fail, getting $1,000 per week. Rental yield, just to average it out, is sitting at 1.8%, and this is based on 230 rentals, the period being October 21 to September 2022. Now, I guess just to sort of summarize what I'm anticipating moving forward from here, pardon me, because the next property market update won't commence until February, but what I'm forecasting is things to quieten down toward the back end of December now, and for the whole of January 2023. This is consistent with Cherrybrook over the course of time. A lot of this has to do, transactions naturally will slow. A lot of people are, enjoying the festive season, going on holidays. More to it, a lot of solicitors, conveyancers are taking lengthy periods off to be with their family. So it's very hard to transact when you don't have a solicitor or conveyancer present to exchange. Not all, but generally speaking, that's generally what happens. Now, just another thing to sort of bookmark here. When I recall and looking at the data that I've been doing over the course of time, November 2021, and it was too early to ascertain what was going to happen, but you could sort of, the writing was on the wall. And when you rewind the clock, you look back at November 2021 and go, well, wow, that really was the turning point for the property market and I guess the correctional cycle. Similar can be said with November 2022. Again, very early to tell, but just going from experience and what I'm noticing, I think when it comes to November 2022, I'm sort of bookmarking, for lack of a better term, this as the month to look out for as perhaps, a change in the winds where, from more a positive point where, and the reason I say that is if you look, so I personally, what I think is momentum will carry on strong from February 2023. When I say strong, I think it'll be very consistent with the way the market moves. It's definitely stabilized. I don't think we're going to see the quiet or people on the fence as we did in February 2022, which sort of led up to, all the way through to October. With obviously December, January, not expecting much to happen. It really does, as I touched on before. But what I'm forecasting, and the reason I say this is the median price has absolutely stabilized. Days on market have significantly decreased. These are a few of the warning signs to look out for. There's strong sales results despite there being a high number of properties listed on the market. Auction clearance rate, which I touched on before, at 50%, not great, but it's the best it's been in a long time, which again shows that there's a bit more positivity out there. And as far as I guess you're probably sitting there thinking, well, what about the talks of the interest rate rises, the official cash rate set out by the RBA? Absolutely. I guess it's all the talk is pointing that way, and it likely will be the case. But the reason I'm sort of tipping otherwise is based on the fact that the banks have already forecast this increase into their lending criteria. So if you're going to borrow, again, I've touched on this before, banks are assessing you on sort of 8 to 9% interest anyway. So it's, they've built that buffer forecasting the RBA. I mean, you're not going to, a bank's not going to sit there and go, all right, well, we'll assess you at sort of 5 to 6%, official cash rate being 2.85%, because you don't have a buffer. We go down the GFC crisis of what happened to the USA, where people just had to hand their keys back. So I think, we've definitely protected, and people are well aware of this. Again, if you look at the top end markets, for instance, you'll notice that, the money is out there. If you're looking at suburbs like Balmoral, Mossman, Neutral Bay, Kirribilli, those areas, anything sort of 7 million plus are moving quite well. First home buyers, we're looking anywhere under that $1 million bracket are moving quite quickly as well. It's sort of that middle income bracket that's become a sticking point due to borrowing capabilities. But I think you'll find that the reality is that everybody's in line and in check with that now. So that's why I'm forecasting that to happen next year. Now, I guess it sort of goes against all the media trends. And again, this is just my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball. I mean, if anyone did, we'd all be millionaires. But it just looking at the data, and I could be completely off here, but just food for thought and my reasoning behind why I'm thinking what I'm thinking. I mean, last year I did forecast. I'm already talking last year. Earlier this year, I'd forecast the market significantly, the brakes to go on heavily, where I tipped hitting close to 3% official cash rate by the end of the year, and inflation as high as 10%, where I think we're sort of sitting at around that 7.5% to 8% mark. So back when I forecast this, we were still at record low interest rates, and inflation was sitting at about 5%. So, they were big calls, but as it turns out, I'm sort of, it's where we've gone. So we'll see where it takes us. But on a closing note, I just wanted to let you know of our office closures. So we will be closing on Wednesday, the 21st of December. 2022, and we will be reopening on Monday, the 9th of January 2023. Obviously, details, sorry, my apologies, just there. If you have any questions or want to send us an email. And on a final note, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for 2023. Enjoy this time. Put the phones away, get off the emails, spend some quality time with your family, treasure those moments, because before you know it, you'll be back to work again. Where's this year gone? Who knows? But again, thank you everyone for your support and watching. Look forward to being back again next year with the Cherrybrook property market updates. Obviously, I won't commence until February because I'll need to track the data in January. Nothing much happens in January. But yeah, I'll just be up there to see how we're tracking as far as my, my forecasts as far as this period are concerned. But yeah, thank you for watching again. Thank you for your support. Have a Merry Christmas, and you know where to find me. Details are just there. All the best. Merry Christmas.